We got Hetien Falarudo, who says maybe if people actually stop paying Disney for anything, they would collapse faster. Only pay for things that are good. You know what, Hetien? I think this weekend box office and the final box office of Ant-Man are going to be a huge wake-up call to these guys. I don't think this movie's going to do very good. Because Culture, we'd been talking about their projections for this, and we laughed. We laughed at their projections.
Well,
because their original projections were 280 for the weekend worldwide.
Yeah, they've already dunked those down, by the way. In today's numbers are 91 million, I think, domestic, and 255 global. So they've already gone down almost $30 million.
I'd take more, another 50 at least off that, because it's gonna.
I'm telling you, this film it's going to get terrible word of mouth starting today, tomorrow.
It's already happened.
It's already happening. Yeah.
But again, I mean, normies. Okay, so it's we need to. Normies aren't going to Rotten Tomatoes, right?
Okay, true.
That's fair.
Yeah, and so you're not wrong in the sense, Paulie, that I think you're right. I think that the word of mouth is going to start to hit tomorrow. And Friday, and this weekend it's not going to do the numbers they need it to do. And I think internationally it's already starting to flag, so we'll have to see what happens.
But Ant-Man was never a AAA superhero.
That's the problem.
He could have been. He could have
maybe.
Look, they started to destroy
didn't
him.
Need to be.
Yeah,
but all they needed was to produce them, moderate budget, and they'll make money. And they're more endearing now, especially the first one.
The first one's great. The second
they just lost it.
They squandered the opportunity 100%. This is what Paulie and I are in lockstep on this one, because it just ran this character into the ground. They could have built him up. He could have been an Iron Man kind of character, but no, that's not what we're doing anymore.
I think what your problem is here, what you'll have is, we've already predicted it's going to be front loaded, but it's going to be as front loaded as they were hoping, because the first movie only made in the $600 million range overall. The second one managed to scooch over 700, but it was under 8. I can't remember how close it was. It was like in the 760 range or something like that. This movie is going to go below that. And the reason I say that is, look at what Black Panther did. Black Panther was one of the bigger movies of the Marvel movies, and the second film tanked in comparison to the first movie. It has barely made $700 million. This movie is going to be lucky to make the same amount of money as Shang-Chi. I'm saying it right now. The Marvel Universe has fallen off a cliff, and hard.
And deservedly so.
I see zero. When I said I saw zero interest in Avatar, I'm seeing even less in Ant-Man. I don't see it trending anywhere. I didn't see anybody talking about it until reviews started coming out.
I hear J.K. Rowling is going to see the movie, so it should be boycotted.
Yeah, There you go. That's the way you use some psychology on him, Paul.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, she should tweet how much she enjoys the movie. That would absolutely tank it.
Yep. There you go.
Well, I mean, the only thing Ant-Man has going for right now is that's released in February, which is a dry month for these types of films.
Yeah, and it's technically Valentine weekend.
We got Cocaine Bear next week.
But most people already did that last week.
Yeah,
that's the other
Cocaine
thing.
Bear. See,
this is thank you for bringing that up, Paulie.
Cocaine Bear.
Because how funny do you guys think it's going to be if this is the first Marvel movie to be knocked off the top spot at second weekend by a fucking movie called Cocaine Bear?
100%. Also, too, it's a huge reaction with I've seen the trailer in the theater several times with all kinds of people in the audience. That is getting the biggest reaction, that Cocaine Bear trailer. I think it's going to kill that.
And they did a big thing with the Super Bowl this weekend too, so I think people are well aware of it now.
Yep. It's my dog.
C-Man here says Kevin Feige becoming the Marvel equivalent of Kathleen Kennedy, and this show that Perlmutter was the real Marvel success maker. Well, I wouldn't say he's the success maker. He was the checks and balance guy.
Yeah. Right. He was an essential aspect of the team. It was him, Favreau, Feige in his greener years, and there's one other producer. Gunn wasn't there yet.
Not yet, but later on, yeah.
Gosh, I'm forgetting the other producer. But
not Avi Arad, but the other.
Avi Arad was.
He was Spider-Man. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the other guy. Yeah, there you go, Louis Esposito or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Is that who you're thinking of?
And the other part too, you can see the progression. The moment that Disney bought it, they slowly weaned out notable directors and notable writers for these processes, for these projects, and ended up hiring people that would basically just do the work and not actually bring anything fun or creative to the movies. That's why they end up becoming homogenized and indistinguishable. You could cross-cut scenes from Shang-Chi, Thor: Love and Thunder, and Doctor Strange, and no one would realize that they were from 3 different movies because they're that closely designed. Where you could take scenes from first Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor, and you could know that they're from different movies, but that they cross over enough they have that, I guess, byproduct of a link as opposed to an intentional linking of this is one Marvel series. And when you lose that voice, when you lose those distinctive natures in your films, you then lose the freshness of it, and what you end up getting is derivative story, manufactured assembly line product.
Well, they've failed in many regards, script, because they've failed in preserving you were just kind of breaking it down, the aesthetic, right? The aesthetic of the in the real world heroes, the on the ground heroes like Cap and Iron Man and so on and so forth. You could see that aesthetic. When you get into the cosmic realm, you had a different, you had a different aesthetic, right? But now the cosmic realm is crossing over with the I don't know, fantasy realm,
it's a quantum realm or time traveling realm.
And all of it now looks so homogenized. There's little to no distinction between any of it. So I agree with you there. I would also say that they are shortcutting every single introduction of every single character with no development. Everything they're introducing, and they've been doing this since they started up these shows on D+ or Disney minus, whatever you want to call it. You're shortcutting all these characters into existence with no development. You're literally living off the backs of things that were put in place, over time, and you're not giving any quality background to any of these characters. There's zero.
Well, they're copying and pasting the Black Panther introduction in Civil War, but failing to understand that he was going through an arc in that as well.
Right.
And because Black Panther's arc is, his father's died, he's on path of vengeance, and then he realizes, I was being manipulated. I'm not going to kill you like everybody else would. I'm going to make sure you face justice. And that was to Zemo, I think it was. They basically did that for Black Panther, but Spider-Man was the one that had no character development or arc and injected him into Civil War. And what was fascinating is that we're getting more of the Spider-Man approach to that backdoor injection of secondary characters than we are getting.
You said Black backdoor injection.
What did you say, Tom?
You said backdoor injection.
I didn't know you were 12. Okay.
Did we have to dwell on that?
I always do that. What do you mean? Okay, I don't
know why you entertain Tom with that stuff.
I always do that. That's nothing new. I gotta say this though. Culture.
What did I do?
He did it. That crazy son of a bitch did it.
What did I do?
He did everything we asked for. We got Elf in a sombrero drinking Mikey's Fanta.
Let's just stay here.
Meet
with this
your new emoji.
Let's stay here for a minute. I would like to be the first to comment on this. This is called karma. Right? And I say this with all due respect, Mexican Iron Man, karma for your just unyielding bullying of me and my mustache. This is what you get, my friend. This is what you get. I love you, but this is what you get. And that is one ugly ass hat.
Mikey's gonna kill me. Mikey's gonna kill me.